Well, good morning, everybody. I am the Bald Guy. I'm so happy you're back. We are continuing our journey into this tough question of why would God? Now, as far as punishment and why did bad things happen? Well, yeah, that's a tough one. There are lots of things we can't answer with this question, folks. I mean, let's face it. If you're watching a movie, all of us, we're only seeing the beginning of God's plan. I mean, we cannot see the rest of it. Okay, it's like, the rest of the movie is blocked out for now. We're going to have to wait to get to heaven to see the rest of the movie, get to see the rest of the picture, because right now, we only see that much of it. Okay, so we can't answer why this happened, why that happened. We can't answer why other things, why people die, why this happens, why kids die, why bad things happen to them, why this, why that. I mean, we can't. We rely on faith. That's a lot of people don't believe they can't grasp their minds around that. But we as followers, that's what we rely on. It's our faith that we know that we cannot see everything. So we trust it. Okay, we trust God's plan because no matter what happens, we know that later on something miraculous is going to happen. But we just can't see it right now. So, now we're going to delve onto punishment. Punishment for sin, because all throughout the Bible we see that to where there is punishment for people's sin, things that happen. When Solomon sinned, Israel was broken up. When Cain sinned, he was sent away. Well, if this is such a loving God, why does he do that? Well, let's first look at this punishment thing. Now, as far as punishment itself goes, God gives us one punishment for sin, and that's death. We're all going to die because of our sin. Now, how is that dealt with? How does God deal with that sin? He gives us, like I've told you before, we're back to free will again. See how the Bible does this? It's amazing. Is that we're back to our free will. We could choose to serve God or not to serve God, just like I've said before, and it just rolls around in this big circle that if you choose God, okay, you are going to die, yes, but you're going to be with him in paradise. Okay, you, just like Jesus said, you will not die, you will be with him in paradise. If you don't choose God, sorry folks, and I'm sorry if you don't like it, but the truth is the truth that you're going to spend eternity without God. That's what hell is. Okay? No love, no peace, no nothing. Okay? Anguish for eternity. All for one thing that you decided to do. And that is not take Jesus into your heart. The choice is so simple. And I am so sorry that, some followers of Christ have made this so hard. It's not hard. Okay, those are our choices. And that is the punishment part. That is how God punishes sin. Now, as for the discipline part of it, now, we as followers, when we accept God, we become this new person. Our eyes are open. We want to do all this good stuff. Our hearts are filled with this love that just cannot be taken away, and this peace that can't be taken away. But bad things still happen to us. Why? It's because God does not want us to stay the way we are. Okay? We're like babies. He wants us to grow and mature so we can go out and tell other people about Jesus to spread that gospel message. So we need to learn. Okay, and sometimes, just like a parent, you have to kind of get a little discipline in your life for it to happen. And once again, the Bible rolls around, and this discipline part is that we can't see what God's plan is for us when something really nasty happens to us. Okay? I mean, the people that were killed and that still are being killed for Christ do not know that there is more likely going to be 100 more people that come to Jesus because of their faith. It happened in Rome. I mean, when Rome was slaughtering Christians by them, just everywhere, okay? Feeding the lions and everything. These people had no idea, absolutely none, that millions more and the gospel would be preached and people would come to Christ through all out the world just because of that. Just because of their faith to be able to stand up. Isn't it amazing? Because they went out to disavow. And that is the faith and that is the love. Okay? They didn't know that, but that's what happened. And we don't know why things happen to us. You know, it may seem like evil people are flourishing and they're having everything they want. But in the end, they're going to lose everything, folks. They're going to lose an amazing, amazing gift that God is giving us to be with Him. I mean, that is our goal. That is everything we do. And we need to grow. And we need to learn. Sometimes the punishment. Now, this discipline part has another aspect to it. Okay, it's not only get us to grow, but it also has an effect. See, when we sin, there's a ripple effect throughout your whole life. So it can affect other things. So okay, bear with me. Now, when you sin, okay, when you sin against somebody, that continues because you done it. You understand? Okay, and so when people do bad things, it just kind of ripple effects. It ripple effects right down the line, and it can go on for generations because of that. Okay, so your sin has consequences. You know, just because we believe in Christ doesn't mean we can go on sinning with no problems whatsoever. What that means is very, very simple, folks. Is that your sin, what you do, has an effect throughout your life. Okay? And it can affect different people, and certain things can happen because of what you may have done. Okay, that is just a consequence of the sin. But don't you dare blame God. God didn't do it, you did. That's what we have to remember. Is that when we do things that God does not want us to do, that's called sin, and therefore that sin trickles down. So you kind of understand that concept, is that blaming God, thinking He doesn't exist because bad things happen to you, it's not the way to go. Okay, we need to pull to Him instead of away. Okay, whether even the hardest things in life, whether wife dies, whether kids die, whether things like, you pull to Him. He will give you that comfort. He cries with you, folks. He knows that you're going to miss them. But believe me, you don't want them back. If you could see where they are, especially with children, if you can see where they are right now, you wouldn't want them back here. I mean, that's the best thing I can tell you is that you would want. Why would you want them back in this fallen world when they are in the presence of God? That's where we want to be. We want to go there too. Pull close to Him during times of trouble. Okay? Pray. Alright? So I kind of hope that kind of clarifies things a little bit. Because, to understand the flood and things that happen, you kind of have to understand that the sin issue and how that works. Okay? And I hope I kind of clarified that a little bit for you. Because if you don't, it's just, you're not going to get it. Okay? And I hope I was able to help you get this a little bit. Alright? So, there's my takeaways. 1, don't blame God. Sin is sin. Every person that is born has a choice on what they're going to do. And those choices affect other things in life. Okay? Yes, sometimes God intervenes, sometimes He doesn't. We've got blinders on. This is all we can see, okay? We don't know what's going on over here. We don't know what's going on over here. So we have to focus. I mean, this is all we know, okay? So concentrate on that, okay? And through those blinders, all we see is God. And now you can just turn away from that and go the other direction, and you can keep following this path and lead through trust, just like a horse, man. Just like a horse. When you put those blinders on, you're following down a path that the master, person on your back, is telling you where to go. They don't know where they're going. They go. And that's what we got to be. We don't know, but we got to go. Okay? And we go by faith and by trust. So remember, be that horse, folks. Be that horse. Okay? And trust, no matter what happens, He's going to take care of it. Okay? In the end, God takes care of everything. He is a just, faithful, loving God. And remember the just part. Okay? So if people ask you, tell them, man, best way to describe it, you're a horse. The rider's Jesus, and He's leading you. So let Him lead, folks. Come on. Okay? All right. So I'm the bald guy. I am out of here. We are going to get into the Ark next. This thing is amazing, and I hope you'll stay with me and continue to watch. God loves you. Love you. Out of here. See ya.